Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm Angus, Dr. Randomall. No, I am not Super Mario, if that's what you're thinking. I am just wearing some of the amazing swag that I got given yesterday for my birthday.
Oh,
Oh, he says.
that's actually sick.
It is. So, okay. Story here is I asked for a bathrobe and I sort of were looking around for new bathrobes. And I just spotted this kind of neat and stylish looking Assassin's Creed bathrobe. And I'm just like, put on my wish list. I put like, hey, I'd like a new bathrobe. For example, this particular bathrobe from Assassin's Creed, which is like black with a bit of red and whatever. So
Yeah.
my mother buys me a gift. Love her. And she's like, oh, he must want a gaming bathrobe. I'll just buy him the Super Mario one instead. So this, my friends, this is now my new bathrobe.
That is amazing.
And you know what? It's actually comfortable as all, but also very, very hot. So I'm actually gonna not wear
Nice.
it right now because this is a summer night and this is one more of those bathrobes for later later in the year or
Yeah.
earlier in the year, whatever you call it. You know what I also got given? I'm just gonna talk about my birthday, my presents. So this thing, actually, the two volumes of them. You can't see it. You have to wait for a little bit.
I have to wait.
Yes.
And for some reason, we're outputting only on 1080p and nothing else. And my internet is not agreeing very much with the fact.
Oh, that's weird. Why are we only 1080ping this?
I don't know, but we're only 1080ping
Actually,
this.
my
Oh, nice. You got the nice.
Scrooge McDuck. Yeah. Should we not 1080p this? How do we do that?
I don't know. Usually we output on like multiple, but I mean, I don't mind because it doesn't matter if I am able to watch the stream or not, but for some people it might matter.
Yeah,
So,
it says 1080p source. So
yeah, that's the only. Usually we're only outputting on that.
that's weird.
Uh,
That's weird. Let me double check because that
check,
is.
check, double check.
Uh, so output video bitrate 6000 kps. Yeah, but I think
But yeah,
I think still we should be able to output in other. I think Twitch should be
do
able to
you?
downscale us
Yeah, should be.
because we simply output in 1080 and then they should handle the rest, I think.
I'm not sure what's up. I'm not sure what's up, but we're only outputting 1080p, and that is that. And for some reason, my ping today is super high at 28 ms, which for me is super high.
Yeah. That is, and that's for you something you'll notice because you play games that require reflexes.
Because it matters, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because to
I play
me, it matters.
I play games that require me to click buttons very, very slowly. Well, not true at all, actually. I was looking at a lot of game announcements that have come out over the past couple of days, really, because the surrogate E3 weekend has happened. And I was like, oh, there's a lot of cool twitchy action games actually at the moment. So I'll probably get a bit of my feel for that with The Last of Us 2 coming up. But maybe after that, maybe I'm not going to play Valorant. I promised myself that. Although it looks better now somehow.
Valorant is just a great like shooter. If you want to play a shooter, it's just a great shooter. I mean, what can I say?
Maybe I'll go back to Overwatch.
No, like there is no point in going back to Overwatch.
But
I mean, they are different. They are different games.
But there's a point. There's a point, my friend. Hey, wait, there's Gareth. All right, hey, Gareth. There's a point. There's a point in not me loading that Vanguard thing onto my
No, I know.
onto
I know the
Value's
point.
computer. So
and that's a fair point, right? I totally get that. And if you don't want to play because of Vanguard,
on the other hand, man, we're all in some sort of evil face recognition AI database, which was sort of sort of a little bit on my radar already. I'm not even gonna, give the. Well, you know what? It's the latest John Oliver talked all about it. What is the
Yeah, it
name?
was
What is the
a.
name of the evil bastards again?
Oh, I don't
View,
remember now.
view something.
Yeah,
But
but it was a very interesting episode. It is
yes,
true.
so my face is already in there, so my computer might as well get into Riot's system
Yeah,
because who cares?
good
Who
whatever.
cares? Privacy has unfortunately become more a
That's
matter of context than of a given right. So, but that said, let's maybe go back to a time where everything was far simpler. And I'm
or at
talking
least privacy issues were not as harsh.
not when it came to digital stuff anyway.
No, because there
So,
weren't any. So
so either we're talking about 1804 AD,
yeah,
or we're talking about 1991, which is when Civilization 1 came out, which is what we were playing, which is what
yeah,
we were having fun with, and you know,
and
losing
getting
with,
demolished,
getting demolished with.
getting hammered.
Mm. I
Damn,
actually I have some thoughts about this.
about
But
losing.
about yes, exactly. But we can probably talk a little bit about that later when the losing will actually materialize.
Yeah,
But I've been thinking about this actually for a long time, and even this is probably for me going to be the first time that I sort of straight up lost a game of Civilization because we're going to play it through to the end.
of course.
Normally, I already know the writings on the wall, and I've stopped way before.
Yeah,
Um,
but
and
this time it's not happening. This time we're
and
actually playing it.
you know what has also sort of made me reflect on this a little bit more is the fact I've been playing a bit of, as I told you, Slay the Spire.
Hmm. Yes.
And of course, the whole point is there that you go for a run and it can be successful. And if it's really successful, I mean, you sort of know when it's successful. At least you feel it, right? But actually,
Yeah.
one of the runs that I was playing with, I thought like, oh man, this is never going to be it. Like I was trying to get to the end with the soldier,
Hmm.
or where the what is it called, the Ironclad or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I thought never going to work. And then actually, and turned out to be my best run with that character so far.
Nice.
So maybe sometimes you just need to hang in there, and cool things will happen. And
That's true.
that is the message which we will launch this Ironclad to have a go at fending off the Aztec Ironclad over yonder. Maybe
As they
before.
say, never give up, never surrender.
actually, he's just saying that because of me. Wait, did you see that?
What?
That Ironclad just got kicked by our phalanx.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, man, we're not the only ones dying to freaking settlers and shit.
No, good.
Good.
So Chinese scientists, not scientists, by the way, that was definitely something to remark upon last week.
Yeah.
Discovered the secret of magnetism. So that's great. We already,
Yeah.
we basically have got iron boats wandering around already. Anyway,
Yeah.
let us go here. The force of attraction or repulsion between various substances, including lovers, especially iron, especially iron, is due to the motion of electric charges and is known as magnetism. A magnetic object normally has two poles, a north seeking pole and a south seeking pole. A south space seeking pole. Named because a freely floating magnet orients itself in the Earth's magnetic field along a north-south axis. Magnetism may have been discovered in China. Oh, sorry. Just channeling some horrible Trumpisms here. But its important application in the mariner's compass occurred in 12th century Europe. Yes, sure. Of course, it occurred in Europe again.
Yeah, everything happened in Europe.
Exactly. Later work with magnetism was important in the discovery of physics and electricity.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I've been generally noticing is that as we've advanced in our tech tree, which is not called a tech tree in Civilization 1, but just advanced in our list of advances, the things become so much more technical.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So there is, I think that there is a lot to say about this, that while in the beginning we have like all these fundamental kind of discoveries like philosophy and like mathematics and like invention, all these like abstract concepts.
Or like physics, right? Even something
Alphabet.
like alphabet, yes.
and as we progress, you get more and more into okay. Now we got all this. Now let's now let's focus on technology, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, and I feel that still mimics. So the thing is, it is not really like with the earlier ones. We can sort of all trace them back to the Macmillan World History Fact Finder.
Yeah.
But it still is mimicked a little bit in this book. In
Mm.
that, for example, we will have the age of the
Mm.
Enlightenment, basically, which is very much focused. Also, the
Mm.
descriptions on it become much more detailed and technical.
Yeah.
And then actually we have at the end of the book, so the last
Mm-hmm.
section of it is actually called The Triumph of Technology. And it
Yeah.
just goes into all these things that are much more what we would consider now technological achievements rather. So we have or even things that happen like population explosion is something that is covered. Man on the moon, of course, is covered. Oil is
Mm-hmm.
covered. So all sorts of things that are the information explosion, all sorts of things that we think are hallmarks of the modern era. Well, a man on the moon
Yeah.
definitely is, but for the rest,
Yeah.
Anyway, but it just becomes a lot more technical. So that I thought was pretty neat and interesting.
It is, and it would be interesting to check how does this compares to later sheaves.
So one thing that what we're gonna do somehow, I am not entirely sure how
Okay.
yet,
Mm-hmm.
is we're gonna get the texts from at least this Civilopedia, and
Mm-hmm.
but hopefully also from the other ones, and we're just gonna run them through a topic analysis model.
Yeah,
And we're
that
just
would
gonna
be.
analyze the different topics, especially vis-a-vis different civilization games that sort of
Yeah.
come to the fore in these texts. Because I think so. What we've been doing is close reading, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think it would be cool to do this sort of. It's maybe even with these smaller texts, it's just because they're so intermittent. It sort
Mm-hmm.
of is hard to keep track of the larger picture, right? I mean, sort of the
Yeah.
things I think we will like. There will be a lot of Greek, coupled with all sorts of cool things. But
Greek, Greece, Europe,
yes,
West.
exactly, with all sort of positive things. But I'm still interested to see
Yeah.
what will come out of this.
I wonder, like in something like that, how often Africa would come up, for example.
In something like this
Yeah.
for this game.
For this game, probably never.
Nah, I mean only
And
when you talk about the Zulu, right? But it
yeah,
just in general, I
just in
think.
general, it would be like super low.
Hmm.
If we put down the continents, it would be interesting.
Yeah.
It has an interesting Son magnetism in 640k. The first paragraph basically almost repeats what is in the Civilopedia. It says so as well. But then it says, according to Daniel Borstin in the Discoveries, magnetism gets its name from the locale known as Magnesia near Aegean Sea in Thessaly. It was apparently an early source for lodestones or magnetite.
Okay.
Their their local legend said a shepherd named Magnus had the iron nails in his shoes and his iron shepherd staff stick to the ground. If that sounds improbable, how about the idea that placing a lodestone under an adulterous wife's pillow could make her confess, swallowing a small piece of magnetite was a useful contraceptive, or that onion and garlic breath could demagnetize the stone? Seafaring superstition would not even allow sailors to have onions or garlic for fear of ruining the compass.
Wow.
Yeah,
That sounds like something some beliefs about magnetism that would kind of work with magnetism.
yeah, for real.
All right. So I wanna be wiki crutched on this though, unless you know for sure that this is actually the etymology of magnetism.
I mean, it doesn't sound improbable.
No, but does it sound plausible? That's what I wanted to
Not
know. Or does it sound in fact factual? So wiki crutches. Um, wait, that's not correct. We're not at 9. We're not at 9. We're at. Oh, actually, we are. Yes, we are at 9. Um, anyway, this did
what?
cancel the effect of the lighthouse, so that's nice.
Mhm.
So, which discovery should our scientists be pursuing, sire? Well, not communism just yet. What shall we go for? Explosives. That explosives will allow us combustion. Corporation. I think.
Well, apparently, according to the Wiki dictionary, it does give Magnesia the place
Well, there you
in
go.
Greece.
The more you know.
Yeah. But
Hey, man, we
yeah,
just built Darwin's Voyage.
nice.
That's actually pretty damn cool because I didn't think we would. I think we would be outsmarted by the Aztec
Outpaced,
here,
yeah,
but apparently not.
but not.
That's actually cool because we get to have 2 advances. That means there will be a whole lot of reading in this
A
first
whole lot.
section of the stream.
Yeah.
If this is the first time that you're joining us, well, that's great.
The-
Either on YouTube, hello future people, or right now on the stream. This is what we do. We
A lot of
play
reading.
games in a very, very slow pace, and we analyze every tiny little bit of it. This is why we don't play games like Valorant on stream
Yes,
because that wouldn't work.
we only play them off stream. Also
Wait.
because we don't want to ridicule ourselves.
I think you're getting better at it.
I'm getting better. I'm not
Yeah.
getting good. That's that's different.
That's different.
That's different.
As I already said, that's simply because you're getting older, my friend. So, all right, metallurgy. The science of metallurgy became especially important after the development of gunpowder, as the European powers vied with one another for the latest technological advance in weapons. Research in metallurgy was conducted by the private smelters at universities. The result was artillery and naval guns superior to any in the world. This development was an important factor in the rise of European states as world powers. Ooh. Metallurgy later led to the discovery of steel and other metals. Now I have to wiki crutch myself for something that I don't want to actually look up, but I want to know when Guns, Germs, and Steel was first published. So
Guns, Arms, and Steel was published in 1997.
wow, okay. So I actually thought here I learned something that the author of this book, Jared Diamond, actually had some original thoughts in this book, like that he was more or less the first person who collected this idea that, steel in particular, so guns, germs, and steel were those 3 things were particularly the reason that the European powers rose to prominence. But apparently this I would have to look up because this is not something you just wiki crutch yourself on. When this idea of metals plus European power sort of first came to be as a big idea. But
maybe it says in the Guns, Germs, and Diamonds wiki if it has like.
Right. Archaeologists play Valorant, yes, for sure. I want to see that. Very slowly.
But what I want to point out is, of course, the fact that it says that it sort of science became especially important after the development of gunpowder, which has metallurgy was very important since like the Bronze Age, basically.
Right. It is such a weird advance to have in there.
I mean,
right?
what they want to say here, I think that is the thing. It's like it's not metallurgy, but it's basically making metal weapons that use gunpowder.
Yes, that's actually what they want to say here, because of course what happens when you have gunpowder weapons, you need to have metal that is actually more flawless than before, right? Otherwise the thing is just going to go boom, right? At certain points, maybe not the first time, but then the second time or the third or maybe the 10th time. It doesn't really matter because you want to use these things more than 10 times.
Yeah,
they just go boom, right? And that to me it does seem that's exactly what they want to say, because of course metallurgy, like the first moment that we basically were smithing stuff from metal, that's metallurgy. So that's it's a very weird advance. And I actually don't. One of the things we should also do for this sort of comparative look at different civilizations is we should look at what, just as we did with wonders, what advances or techs in later civilizations actually made it through to the next iteration of the game. Because this is one of those things that is just very weird. And I wonder if metallurgy is actually, we could look it up right now if you want, actually is in Civilization 2, for example. Or when it actually is dropped, if it is in Civilization 2.
I can have a quick look.
Oh, this is expensive wiki crutching for us, but okay. Hey, man, I'm going to go on. So one of the things that supports your thesis or hypothesis is that, of course, this allows us a canon unit.
Yeah.
So,
Metallurgy is, in fact, in Civilization 2, and it comes, the tech tree is gunpowder and university lead to metallurgy. So it's still the same like ideas as the
right.
previous one. Let's see, Civilization 3 is also in there, metallurgy.
Hmm.
Bup. And it has almost a similar text. However, metallurgy as a science wasn't studied in earnest until the powers of Europe began to compete against one another in an attempt to design better and more effective weapons.
So
Civilization.
one thing that I just did, because I
And,
thought
and,
we're
and
just
we went
doubling
there.
down on this on the silliness of metallurgy. We're just going
Metallurgy
to
comes back on Civilization 5.
okay, not on 6 anymore.
Not on 4. It
Okay.
is on it is on 5, and on 6 should be in 6 as well.
Hmm.
Or not. No,
Hmm.
it's not. 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. You wonder why they circle back to it for 5, right? All these sorts
I
of.
can have a quick look if you want.
So no, let's have a little look at steel instead, or you have a quick look, and then I'll just read the text for steel. With the Industrial Revolution came new needs for metals, both as construction materials and for fabrication into products. The rise of railroads especially spurred research in metallurgy for a metal that could be fashioned into cheap, strong rails and bridges. Eventually, the secret of steel was discovered. Wait, what? And it was found to be a nearly perfect construction material. However, it could not be made cheaply until until industrialization brought the resources and machines together at one time. In turn, steel led to great changes in the world, including enormous skyscrapers, armored warships, and the automobile. So this is a muddled sort of advanced description because unless I'm completely mistaken, steel is already invented much earlier.
I feel that this is true.
Yeah, exactly. Here, the earliest known production of steel is seen in pieces of ironware excavated from an archaeological site in Anatolia and are nearly 4,000 years old.
Yeah. There you go.
So
I
Noric steel
so
was used by the Roman military. So I mean, clearly, so they sort of here the rise of railroads, especially spurs research into metallurgy for a metal that could be. So that's I mean, no, it's not research into it because they already knew the
no.
damn thing existed, right? It's just production ways to produce this quicker and cheaper,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Because yeah, so I was thinking like maybe all those things that because of course everybody knows about Damascus steel and stuff like that. I thought maybe they're sort
Yeah.
of not real steels, but they're real steels. I was like, well, yeah. So
So I think both steel and metallurgy, all of these things, also in Civ 5, revolve around the concept of like modern, intense, intense use of steel in particular, and because steel is a metal, it's sort of connected, and so it's sort of an idea of industrialization of metallurgy. I think
yeah,
that's what they mean.
yeah.
There is because um, metallurgy existed for as long as we were, using metals.
It's interesting stuff. So it's clear that it's clear that this has in this game a very functional role as simply that thing
Yeah.
that you need to make other units. So in this case, first for metallurgy the cannon, and now for this case the battleship unit,
Mhm.
which is actually very good that we got this right now because this means we can try and not be beaten over the head with with the battleships that the Aztec are making right now.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go for explosives right now. All right, and Non King has just built Darwin's Voyage. Thank you, Non King. That was very useful and necessary.
So last time we talked in Old World, right? We talk about how if you start a monument, then nobody else can take it because you've started it,
Yeah,
right? And in Civ, like you can start it, but once somebody builds it, then basically you're fucked.
yeah.
How about if a game just allowed whoever started the monument to be completed. And then if two civilizations have started at the same time, then it is completed. You cannot start it later after it's been completed for the first time. But why not allow two monuments to exist at the same time?
Well, it's a very interesting thought, of course, but here I think we're having to point to one of the unique things in civilization, right?
Mhm,
Let's while we talk about this, let's actually have a little view of Darwin's voyage.
mhm.
So there it is. All right, where is it actually? Oh, there it
Where is
is.
it?
I forgot. It's
Oh, it's a
this.
turtle.
It's the excellent turtle on a fountain.
Oh, that's amazing. Is it a great twin?
Yes, it must be the Great Atuin, or maybe it's just a random Galapagos turtle,
Yeah.
which is in a way really where Darwin became most famous for, I guess, for the turtles somehow as an animal. But it's
I don't
not
know.
really it's not really related at all to his theory of evolution. The
No,
turtles.
I
That
have no idea
that's
why the turtle is there.
no, but it's
It's a
it's
turtle on a fountain, and that's just what it is.
it's just what it is. uh, but um, but I mean, here you see the sort of the importance of the uniqueness of world wonders, right?
Yeah.
Something that is a world wonder cannot be replicated somewhere else. It is, in that sense, straightly linked to the idea of world heritage, which is
Yeah.
this thing that exists somewhere in the world, whether it's natural or man-made, human-made.
Mhm.
Sorry. um, but one of the things that it has to be is simply unique. So if it's
Yeah.
not unique, then it won't become World Heritage. It won't be listed on the UNESCO World Heritage site. Because,
Yeah.
then whatever we could have, that other thing over there could also become World Heritage because
Mm,
so that's really the idea. This idea of singular
yeah.
buildings or singular people that we want to lift up somehow from it. And then if you have two of them, that won't work.
No.
So
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I get that.
so
I get that.
what I think would be interesting is actually if you would have world wonders. They took turtles, but ate them all on the way back. Yes, exactly. That's true. They ate all
Mm,
the poor turtles. Bastards. But one of the things that would be interesting is if you could actually build world wonders, or in fact, if the world wonder that you would build in civilization had this positive effect on
mhm.
all civs, right?
Yeah, as well. Oh,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not necessarily for every wonder, right? But for some, yes. For
I
example,
mean, yeah, like Darwin's Foggets.
yeah, Darwin's voice. It's not that it's not that people in France were like, well, this dude, he's British. We're not gonna believe his theory of evolution. No, they were like, yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds okay. Let's
Sounds pretty plausible.
yeah,
So,
exactly. I mean, the same thing you could say for the Great Lighthouse, right? From now on, every single ship
yeah.
gets to move to spaces faster. And
Yeah.
if the focus of your civilization is actually a lot of ships, then you get more bonuses from this still than other players.
Of
So
course, then you would have, I guess you still, from a gameplay perspective, you still would have to do something to incentivize the player
right,
to make it,
right.
right?
Maybe a
Uh,
small a better bonus for the player who makes it or something like that.
yeah, exactly. But then
But
it would make for an interesting gameplay as well to say, hey, you need to take into account that if there is another naval civilization, they would also benefit a bit. So,
mhm,
do you really want to do this?
yeah, yeah. I think people would. So while we're here, by the way, let's have a quick look at. Sorry for that. I just need to remove our beautiful faces a little bit up to the top.
To the top.
So let's have a quick look at. Wait, what is it? Come on, you. Oh wait, that's the window button that I'm pressing. That's not correct. So let's have a quick look at the composition of our city right now.
All right.
So,
You want me to do some urban space syntax?
no, not necessarily the urban
Uh,
space syntax because we still got Georgian houses on a grid. Um,
yeah.
now, particularly the population composition of our city.
Okay.
So, interestingly, we have some, once again, people that are affluent in blue.
Mhm.
And here, they're an African American man and what in the US would be called a Caucasian lady.
No, the other way. Oh, for the affluence. Yeah.
For the affluence, yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, with a stroller, by the way.
Yes, of course,
It,
because you know. Uh,
and we and we have and we have basically a guy reading a newspaper,
yeah.
and then a woman, an African American woman. I don't know entirely. She's writing something down. I
Yeah,
also I
I think she's like a kind of a diner waitress
exactly. She
stereotype,
seems to me
right?
to be a diner waitress stereotype,
Yeah,
right? Which is
yeah, I think so.
like it's kind of weird still because the one dude that is just like casually normal is actually engaged in a leisure activity,
Yeah.
but then the African American woman is still working.
Actually, all men in this image are sort of
Are just
doing their
rocking
thing.
it out exactly.
Yeah, and
Well,
then the two women are either the mother or the working woman.
yeah. Let's actually have a little look at the other. So there we go. We're gonna put in a text man because why not? And you know what? Let's have a little look at the scientist,
Yeah.
because then we've seen them all. We actually didn't see the scientist and the tax collector for the for the other. So
Look at this tax collector.
the tax collector is just a creep.
Yeah,
Basically, I wouldn't let this
basically.
tax collector talk to my children. Well, maybe he's a very friendly tax collector. You never know.
I
And
don't
then
think tax collectors are very friendly. That's it's not part of their job. Let's
no,
just say.
that's definitely not the case. Hmm. Interestingly, the scientist is just straight up Albert Einstein,
Yeah, it's just Albert Einstein.
older Albert Einstein. And then
And
the
then the woman rebel
is the same woman rebel as the one earlier actually,
I
but she
think
was
so,
just
yeah.
wearing an apron then or something like that.
Yeah. And
And
now
that
she's just wearing red.
and yeah, and the other, yeah, exactly. She's now
The
wearing red.
communist red.
I did, yes, the communist, the socialist, the color of danger supposedly. And then the other
Yeah.
guys, he's wearing a wrestling mask and holding a gun in
Yeah,
his hand.
it's super unclear, like what the fuck he's wearing. I don't even know.
But once again,
Wearing a flight
it's
jacket,
yeah, like
sort of
a
a hooligan
he's
style
hooligan style.
jacket.
So once again, we see here in the modern era as well that if you're unhappy,
Yeah.
you're gonna more or less be a criminal or whatever the woman is doing, rioting or something like that.
Yeah. Aren't there like women tax collectors or scientists?
No, my friend, no, no, no.
No? If you change now another person into a scientist?
All right, let's try. But this would be against my recollection of things.
No, I believe you. Just because women cannot be scientists
We
or
we
tax
just
collectors.
or I think they're secretly thanking God for the fact that they don't
Yeah.
have to be tax collectors in Civilization One. But
Yeah.
no, 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 no. It's specialists are strongly gendered in Civilization. Let's put it
Yeah.
like that. In
And that is
Civilization One, at
something that
least.
no, in all
I think
civilizations.
in all civilizations, because even up to the archaeologist of Civilization 6, even if their name can be a female sounding name, the
Yeah.
model of it is still a male archaeologist.
Yes.
And the thing is also with great generals, they also
Mm.
have models that, look biologically male. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Because it's always difficult when you talk about these things, but they don't seem to be portraying female body types. Let's put it like that.
No. No, they do not.
All right, that's another deep dive. Now let's make sure that people in Nanking actually stay a little bit happy.
They
So
also have to be happy. Yes.
yes, because otherwise they're gonna riot again. Let's build a cathedral over here.
And we can't have that, right?
No, we cannot have riotous people in our civilizations.
Oh, an archaeologist is here.
And archaeologist is here. Very cool. Thank you for joining. All right, let's have a little look. See, we're building factories over here. I just have to get a small
I
reminder
bet
of.
that is really envious of that name. Yeah. I actually had looked up at some point in my career, like, oh, let's see, is there a Twitter handle with an archaeologist? That sounds like an excellent pun. And then there was, and I'm like, of course there is.
Of course there
Of
is.
course there is.
All right. I don't think right now. Oh, well, you know what you're gonna build? You are gonna build, my friend. You're gonna build a battleship. This will take. Or shall we just actually? No, we have to try. We have to try and just win the science race. Still,
Are
we
we
have.
unbuilding any statues? You can't unbuild statues in here, unfortunately. You
No,
can make them redundant.
in fact, you cannot. What the only thing that you could do is very, very destructive to the game, right? Let me actually get our portraits back into the right position. But you can sell off things like your Colosseum or other things that will
Yeah.
make you make your. Whoops! There goes the wiki crutch. That wasn't meant to happen. Or other things that will make your people very unhappy. So they don't want to demolish their infrastructure in any sort of way in civilization because that makes them rioters. Oh wait, well, how does that work? No, no demolishing of statues. And you know what? If you wanted to, you cannot even like sell off your world wonders.
Yeah, which is also interesting.
It's not even possible up to Civilization 6. You cannot.
No, if you
There's no
build them,
way.
it's done.
They're there.
It's
Yeah,
done.
it's there. It's like there's no way of getting rid of that. You're like, shit, man. That Hanging Gardens. That sort of we have a bad memory of that place.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's also no way for you to repurpose them as well. Like now, for example, the pyramids are redundant, right?
Oh yes, yes.
But then,
Functionally
okay, let's say
redundant. Functionally redundant.
yeah. So just make them something else. But no,
Sure.
you cannot. You can't turn
Oh,
them.
you can certainly not. No. No, what? Oh my god. We were like happy about Darwin's voyage, and the Aztec are just building the United Nations, my friend.
Yeah, they are a few steps ahead, it seems.
Oh, established following the Holocaust of World War II, the United Nations is an international organization dedicated to promoting peace and security. It also attempts to achieve international cooperation in solving world problems concerning the environment, economics, and cultures. That's true. They do try.
They do try. Do they succeed?
No. Even when its peacekeeping role has not been effective, it has remained a
There you
forum
go.
for debate where all nations can voice their concerns. Yes, it has been a forum for debate. Other
Unless
civilizations
you
always
pull out
offer
the
to make
gun.
peace with you. Oh, so we now always have to make peace with the Aztec. Wait, how does that work?
Other civilization always offer to make peace with you.
I wonder if it now means we automatically have to make peace if they ever meet us?
Well, that would help us, right? We don't want to be at war with them.
At the same time, we will at some point have to just,
No, so I think what it does is that it forces the option to be a peace option in all the options.
Yeah.
You don't have to take it.
That's true. So one thing that you can sell off, by the way, is your castle.
Yeah, and that is actually a good move in general to sell your castle because it doesn't really do anything.
No, it does. It is your capital, so it means that your what do they call it? Fraudulent behavior. What is it? The stuff that you get from being too far away.
I'm not sure.
Crooked bureaucrats. What's the word I'm looking for, Aris?
I don't know. Corruption?
Corruption, thank you. Your corruption stays down close to your capital. So as communists,
Yes.
I think we're okay. But if democracy, it's kind of important to still have it. But let's quickly choose something here because I'm getting crazy with this thing. So what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Do A.
A. I think it's going to be statues. Is it going to be statues? Yeah, of course. It's going to be statues. Hoplites. Hoplites.
Yeah. And also, why hoplites? Why do we not get the option to do non-Greek statues?
Yes, that's a very good question. So Peking is building some barracks. That's really nice, Peking. You're
good for you.
Good for you. Now maybe build a factory. I guess it's such a long time, but we have to maybe a battleship. No, a factory. Factory it is. First factories before we build anything else.
As good communists, we need to build factories.
What?
State-owned factories.
Why do you immortalize them? Yes, for sure. Rouen builds a library, so that's neat. Now Rouen gets to build a university because we have some catching up to do. So I thought maybe France would have plunked down here, but they haven't. So let's
Okay.
just make a couple of moves. All right. Ooh, ooh. Whoa.
Woof. Woof.
Woof indeed.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing that we have the spies to let us know how much we suck.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it is a very good thing. Oh wow. Oh, absolute wow. Okay, where are we gonna? I don't think it matters much anymore, Aris. It just doesn't matter
No.
much anymore. All right. Anyway, let's try and keep positive spirits.
Mhm.
It could still that we would out. It could be that
We
we
could
would.
still outscience them.
No, outsciencing. No, that doesn't. That's not
No.
going to happen. No. No, they're already there, man. They already at armor. We can't outscience them. We only can hope that they're not going to go for this science victory, and that they just try to hit us at some point.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
Which yeah might be kind of a loop
it's a more
loophole.
deficiency in the AI than it's than it's a success of our play style. But we.
Well, efficiency of the AI is also success in our end. You know.
All right, that's a very nice little bridge to very quickly talking about this excellent book that I've been reading,
Tell
Playing
me.
Smart by Julian Togelius. So it's once again a book within the excellent Playful Thinking series, which
Mhm.
is just a series by MIT Press that I just tell everybody to read. Even if you're not really into games, it's still very, very excellent.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I think is absolutely super excellent about these books as well is that they're small format hardcover books that you can get for around 20 euros, 25 euros, with actually a
Mhm.
lot of like cutting edge research into it, like world leading
Yeah.
experts in games, or in this case, in games and AI. Julian
Mhm.
Togelius, he's like very well known in the field of AI studies,
Mhm.
particularly when it comes to games. And they just write about it in a super accessible manner that is still deep. So in this case, he's basically using uh, the concept of AI and game rules to talk about the concept of intelligence, right? Just as you were doing just now. So that's why I made the little.
Yeah.
So the deficiency in a computer opponent could still be our intelligence, because we're actually thinking about it right now that this could be a deficiency. We're still planning and working our strategy with this. Absolutely
Yeah.
fascinating little book if you're interested in AI, but also if you're interested in how game rules and how we think about our own how game rules work, but also how we think about our own intelligence. So, and playing smart is definitely something that we're trying to do right here, but we're still getting outcompeted right now by
Yes.
this 30-year-old AI, which I think is just absolutely wonderful if you think about it. So there's a Colosseum. That's great, Akkad. Now you've got the Colosseum again. So no singing for you anymore.
No.
Because that's the way it works. You've already have. Oh no, you don't have a library. All right, let's get your library there. So
This whole
this
thing with the Russians is pretty funny there.
it's very funny. So let's just actually build a rifleman and just
Yeah.
slowly take apart this Russian army over here. At some point, I think we're just gonna get our revenge on the Russians when we have armor and stuff like that, which shouldn't be too far off for us either. Because because those pesky Russians, they were very, very annoying.
Yeah. In the end, I mean, we didn't have to invest too much.
I'm just trying to say we would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those pesky Russians.
Yeah. What they did is they blocked Africa. That was the main problem.
Yeah, well, they didn't block it; they were in it. They were, it
They
was there.
spawned in there.
All right.
They started to exist in there.
Whoa,
Ooh.
that's
I
a
mean, that kind of makes sense, right?
yes. Wait, that's a frigging. Is that a cruiser already? That's not a battleship, is it? Wait, I can't. Can I actually sort of wait? I'm gonna look it up right now. I don't think that's a battleship. I think that's a cruiser already.
I
Yeah.
think it's yeah, it is a cruiser.
Wow.
Uh,
Wow. That actually means
uh,
that that they have. Wait, what actually should they have for this? Um. I honestly don't remember, but they're pretty far along. The Aztec. All right, I guess that we're gonna try and with our veteran ironclad, try and do something to this dude. Yes.
Oh, boom!
Boom.
Got him.
Very good, very good. You know what I wish,
Right.
Ares? I wish that so free sound, which is this free sound library, that they actually had a crowd of people shouting excitedly that weren't only men, right?
Yeah,
So it goes. Maybe
I
we
can see
should
that.
put our money where our mouth is, but I kind of wish that it wasn't like
Yeah,
a bunch of hooligans shouting excitedly, but
yeah.
maybe like a
Are you
celebration.
calling me a hooligan?
Well, well, no, not necessarily, not necessarily. All right, that is no, that was a expensive unit for them to lose,
Yeah,
but
it was a very expensive unit for them to lose.
well,
Just
not
to be
that
great.
expensive, not as expensive as a battleship. But it was still pretty great, great that they lost it.
It was really great because we've gotten 2 of their ships by now.
Yeah. For this stream, we haven't been doing too badly actually.
No,
So
this
let's put in a
this is
real order.
like
All right, let's.
this game is a roller
Okay.
coaster.
Yeah, well, not really anymore. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna
Okay.
quickly get rid of their forces.
Hey, explosives!
Yay, explosives! I recently written a bit about explosives.
Did you? Why?
Yes, in the context of counterplay in Minecraft.
Oh yeah, of course. I read that.
The TNT that blew up the
TNT that
Roman
blew up.
villa.
Yeah, on the side of the hill in Rome.
How anachronistic. No, the villa as well, my friend.
Yeah, it was part of the villa that blew up as well.
Yeah, the whole front of the villa was. So this is actually something that happened in one of our Rome Minecraft events. The only time that some person, we still don't know exactly who was it,
Yeah,
blew up part of something that we had built with TNT, which is always this, there's always this temptation for players that like, we know there's TNT here, we could blow stuff up. And most of the time people curb themselves or we're able to curb people's impulses. But this time they got away with it and this blew up an entire hillside section of a very nicely
yeah.
terraced Roman villa, like and also part of the villa.
But like
Krijn.
it was great because we had made like this nice like
Oh, it was
terracing. It had
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah, yeah.
plant,
It,
like nice entrance and
yeah,
stuff.
it was picture perfect as to the
Yeah,
way the archaeologists say that this villa actually
yeah.
was looking like. Anyway, explosives were discovered during experiments with gunpowder and chemistry in the search for stable and powerful chemicals for industrial and military applications.
Mhm.
Explosives were discovered when they were playing around with something that was already explosive.
So the
I
thing that they
think
were using
I
as an
think
explosive made them think that you can use it as an explosive.
yes, I think uh, is wait. Am I now because this is we're very far outside of our comfort zones.
Where is
Is
Pasco when you need him?
yes, where's Pascal when you need him? Is gunpowder not an explosive? Is that something like? I think they mean TNT was discovered during experiments with gunpowder and chemistry.
Maybe.
An explosive is a chemical that undergoes a rapid combustion and produces. Wait, wiki correct me on this. Just wherever you find it, or maybe even put it like
No,
on
it
the.
is an explosive. So
Okay.
wait, I'll give you the quote. Gunpowder, also known as black powder, is the earliest known chemical explosive. Yes,
Civilization, you're making me
there you go.
doubt. You're making me doubt
And
my limited knowledge of chemistry.
it also says blah 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 in the search for stable, powerful chemicals for industrial and military applications. But of course, gunpowder was already discovered in in China from the 9th century, right? So
Yep.
nothing about like industrial military. Well, there was a military application, of course, but it was not. So I think so. What's happening in this Civilopedia is that the moment you cross a threshold that says, "Okay, now we're in modern applications," everything revolves
Yeah.
around modern applications, and history doesn't matter anymore. Only the
Mhm.
recent history matters.
Yeah, exactly. History doesn't really matter much anymore.
Yeah,
It's all
exactly.
become flat, and it's really
Yeah,
just about the physics, the chemistry, or just the straight up technological aspect of it.
Yeah. And another thing that I've been noticing is that initially we were seeing a lot of discoveries that were related to economy, and they would say, "Oh, they did this, and it was like great for the economy, and this was great for the economy, and that was great for the economy, and whatnot." And now, industrial and military applications become more predominant in the
Yeah,
narrative. Like they
yeah,
did this for the army, they did this for
yeah.
industries.
The former type of uses propellants for bullets and fireworks, while the latter is used in warheads and rock blasting. Well, rock blasting may still be, I don't know,
Yeah.
economy, I don't know. Talking about rock blasting, my friend, one of the, I shall not speak ill of him because he's no longer with us, but there's relatively little to speak ill of, but one of the foremost archaeologists in Jamaica, at least an avocational archaeologist, part of the,
Mhm.
was actually a rock blaster.
Oh wow.
So he would often find sites when he was sent there to blow them up. Well, not necessarily the site up, but just blow up a portion of something. And then, he found
Yeah,
like a site there. And
that's pretty intense.
yeah, it's pretty intense. That's Jamaican
Very
archaeology for,
intense. Yeah.
especially the 80s and 90s of Jamaican archaeology for you.
Yeah.
All right. So that's great. It allows all sorts of things that I fear that the Aztec already have under their belts.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Shall we just go for electricity? Because we want to talk about communism later, probably.
Yeah, let's.
Electricity it is. Oh, civil disorder.
Mhm.
Why are you civil disordering? Why are you so disordered? Have some entertainers, because we all know that's how you make things go away.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? All right, let's do some more of the shooty.
Bang bang.
Bang bang. Mm-hmm. All right. So what is up, Canton? Well, all right. Let's just give you more. All right. I don't think we want to go for democracy ever again. If we want to keep this
Wow.
thing afloat.
Nope. Nope. Ain't happening. Although it is the thing that we need to do for science victory, kinda, right?
Yeah, kinda. So that would be one way of keeping up with the Aztec, or not keeping up, because we're just
Maybe.
behind. But yeah, we could do it now. Actually, I think.
It is gonna bring some civil disorder, like for sure.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But it's all of
Now let's
our.
just keep going how we are. I don't think like
We
let's
could
just
just try it a little bit, but actually, right now, all of our units are actually within our cities.
are they all of them?
Yeah, well, except for the settlers, right? Which is kind of,
But are they in the correct cities?
well, that's a good question, right? But I think
Because that's the point that
so.
they should be in the
Lyon
correct
isn't. So
cities.
this dude isn't.
Okay.
But and these two are also not.
Mhm.
But but this one definitely is. So I think most of them are right now, just except for over here. So we could do it. Could do it. So Paris will need some entertainers because we've got this ironclad all the way over there. Could try it. I honestly don't remember how they count settlers for this unhappiness thing. But let's wake this one up then, and let's wake. So Chartres. Chartres cannot carry these two catapults though.
No.
So that means these two have to be woken up and then be brought. So Paris could, but then it goes really
Right.
have to be brought to Lyon. All right, if we bring him to
One of
Lyon,
them at least, not both, right?
yeah, not necessarily both. No, that's true. All right, let's see if we
But
get
don't
that.
they have to be like in Babylon and in like whatever?
But you can change the home cities.
Ah, okay. I
Okay,
keep
so this is
forgetting.
yeah, man. That's an important important part of it. Oh, what? Yeah, well, we knew that would happen.
Yeah.
Oh well. Oh, now they were actually not producing anything. So
No.
all right. So this one is actually from Usher. So let's quickly provide Usher with some production relief, and you can go to Lyon.
Yeah.
Still no roads across what's probably the River Rhine or something. I don't know. Wait. Oh, you're actually the one from. Crap. You don't want to go there. You want to go back, and you actually want to go there. So you boom. Okay, fortify again. So that means that this ironclad needs to get into, well, Canton actually. Or we just move it into Peking and station it there. So we'll have to, I think we'll have to sort of, because at some point we have to, whoa. That is probably the, well, is it the capital?
Ouch. Is it?
No, I don't
I
think
don't
it's even the capital.
know.
They're just, whoa, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It just captures Chartres because, it was just
I mean, this.
undefended.
Yeah, but that's good, right?
Yeah, it's not there anymore, I think.
Yeah. But that's what we wanted.
Oh, well, it actually is there. Oh, well.
Is it? Oh, it is.
Yeah.
But on the recapturing, it should not be there anymore at some
Uh,
point, I guess.
that's a euphemism.
I
But
hope.
yeah. So look at this. We've got these smokestacks now. So
That's the factory, so that's pollution.
that's the pollution that is now kicking in.
Exactly. Which is something interesting to discuss.
Yes, it is definitely something interesting to discuss. But
Yeah.
so Babylon is more or less or saving grace of a city. I think it will need some for some reason it doesn't even need a Colosseum. So maybe we just get some barracks in here and just churn out some you know
Hey,
what?
Pascal is here.
Hey, shall we?
Yeah, so we all have that problem, Pascal, because it seems like we have some problem not exporting in like other anything else besides
I think
1080p.
I think
It might
there's
be a Twitch issue. It might be a Twitch issue, and
I
not
think it's
our issue.
probably a Twitch issue because if this is across the board, then yeah. So sorry if this is particularly stuttery, but we're we're not this the quality of the stream is not higher than it is normally, which it normally is a pretty quite high quality, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right. All right. Let's just go for barracks and just I don't know, man. I don't know anymore what to do with this stuff. Oh,
At least it has a lot of science. Go getting the same problem with the iOS and Android apps. Yeah, it just doesn't downgrade our video. It's
no,
so awesome that it must be
it must
1080p.
be that ATP. Yes,
It
exactly.
has to be 1080p.
For all those people that need their internet connections right now, they're like, no, this is the best. This is the best thing that you could be
Do you
doing with
find
your
you mean the civilization UI? It is confusing. Yeah, it is.
of Civ 1. Oh, yes. Yeah, it is very
Like
confusing, but not anymore now
if it
because
wasn't for Angus who played it,
yeah,
like I would be lost. I would be like, I have no idea what is going on here.
it took me a while to get back into it. Let's put it like that. But
Yeah.
now, so most of the thing that is still confusing for me right now, and that has always been the case, is actually how all the systems click in Civilization in the end, right?
Yeah.
Because they click in Civilization. I mean, they click in all civilizations in very particular ways, but in Civilization they click in very particular ways, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that I don't remember and that the game never really explains to you. Like, for example, switching to democracy.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is gonna be dangerous, my friend. This is gonna be me. Maybe want to change this library around for a cannon. There goes science out of the window.
There
Oh,
goes
maybe
science.
or maybe not. Maybe we just like boom shakalaka go with the well, we are gonna get rid of Chartres. This is this is a sad moment, my friend. This hanger on, this suburb of Paris is just gonna be gone now.
Yeah, it is.
It is weird to be rid of Chartres. It was actually kind of a buffer even for it. All right. So baking. All right. Oh, look at here. We've got something from Shanghai actually that's not supposed to be here. You go back to your city, my friend, because all right. So you get the whoop and you get the sleep. And you quickly go there. Quick, go. Oh my god. And now I know why. So I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. But I did tell you this was gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is with civilization playing on Earth is it's just very unbalanced if you have one civ. So there's only 2 civs that spawn on the Americas. That's the USA and that's the Aztec actually.
Yeah.
So if those 2 civs if they're both in the same thing, actually you sort of want to choose one of those civs because they're kind of good starting places. But if you're not there and they're not 2 civs on that continent, they just get this massive
there's much advantage
of just having this entire island to themselves that they can develop, right? And we were battling it out with the Babylonians and with the Russians and with the French, and the French took care of the Romans. And was there another one? I at least don't remember.
I have lost track.
So there goes Chartres. So the good thing is, so this is of course not really where the AI is very smart, because the good thing is we're actually going to get a tech from this.
Yes.
Whoa.
Genetic engineering fam.
Shoof. So I think we want to go maybe for
the automobile,
to keep up with the Joneses. Yeah, we're gonna keep up with the automobile, because the automobile is gonna give us the armor unit.
Oh, look at this car! Really great.
All right, so let's go for. Wait, didn't I choose it now? Or actually, I did choose it.
Right?
Oh yes, okay. I was like, did I actually not choose it? So that we need this armor for for defense. Really, we need this tank for defense. said every dictator ever. All right, so we still have this cannon just hanging out there. That's kind of annoying. All right, let's talk to the Russians again. They probably want our automobiles. Oh, they want a gun. They want gunpowder.
Okay.
I'm almost inclined to give it to them, except that there's no reason to give anything to you.
No, we ignore
your hollow threats.
Hollow threats, because they're hollow.
And they just keep on warring with us. Now, government changed to monarchy. That's interesting. Oof, there's 2 even of them. Oh, wow. And there's civil disorder in Paris, because this is a great time to be rioting.
Yeah.
Actually, it is a great time if you're unhappy with the system. There's like another powerful army in front of your doors. It's like, yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
All right. Libraries to cannons. Yes, for sure. Sad times.
So much pollution.
Yeah, because a lot of production.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So
admittedly, it is a nice thing that pollution makes your population unhappy.
You mean in the game? You mean
in the game as a mechanic?
Yeah. No, it's a great mechanic. I think it's it's super unhandy, because you know you kind of don't want to deal with this late in the game, but it is just the way of things. So all right, that's it's just what happens. Like pollution is one of the things that's one of the first things that gonna make our population happy, because you actually have to live in it every single day. It's visible in the landscape. It's quite literally, in some cases in America, tasteable in the water, right? Or other places in the world. we're in the Netherlands. We're just very, very fortunate that we get to outsource all the pollution that we the products of our pollution to other places.
Fortunate is not exactly the
Well,
right word
fortunate
there.
for I mean, as a person living here, literally as a person looking inwards to the Netherlands, it's fortunate, right?
Yeah.
But on a global scale, this pollution that we create with a country like the Netherlands is still there. We just quite literally outsource it to other places that then become very polluted, and therefore unhappy. But these places also tend to have more stringent control over their population in terms of force. So it's it's a good system, and there's no way to buy this off in Civilization 1. They didn't think of the what you call it, the carbon emission. What do you call it again? The carbon emission buy-offs, whatever they're called. I don't even want to remember their name. The system is so horrible.
Yeah.
Battleships, I guess. Talking about horrible systems.
Talking about pollution and horrible stuff.
Yeah, but battleship is unfortunately a bit necessary. All right. So Lyon builds a nice university. That's great, Lyon. Now you build yourself. Let's build yourselves a factory. And one of the other things. Oh, in Ashur again. Wait, didn't I fix that? No, I didn't fix that. Oh. Wait. That's the one. So, what are you going to do there, Cannon? Are you just going to hang around? I guess you are.
Like it.
Okay, you're back in your hometown, right? Okay. So, I'm hunting for their. Oh, this could be fun. Yes, there we go.
Hunting rabbits.
I'm hunting rabbits. So somewhere here is Tenochtitlan, but I don't think I can go for it right now. All right, let's talk to the Aztec. Let's see what's going to happen.
See what happens.
You know what? Let's check intelligence first and get very, very unhappy.
Yeah.
Technologies. Oh, I guess. I mean, I guess.
I mean, we're not that far ahead given what we see here.
No. All right, let's talk to them.
Okay, talk to them. Talk to me. You green individual.
This song.
I'm just happy I can hear it.
All right. We are not going to pay you money. Even if it would solve a lot of our problems right now, we're not going to do it.
No. Prepare for war.
Look at Columbus looking like the bastard he is, my friend. Like,
Yes.
Look at Columbus like...
It is also interesting that Columbus is standing there behind the Aztecs and he's like, you do not want peace. Like, fuck off. Fuck off.
There is some historic irony in this picture that
There is a lot of historic irony.
Columbus is here supporting Moctezuma. I mean, not that the two ever met in reality, of course, but
no. But the concept.
Yes.
The concept.
Yeah. No, the Aztec they're gonna get murderous like Columbus. Just like Columbus. Do you know that, man? Oh, that's nice. Be aggressive. That's a very nice YouTube video from the old times about a role-playing tournament. Right. There's one of the lines goes like, just like Columbus, he gets the bloodlust. Just like Columbus, he gets murderous on purpose. So that's exactly what this Civ 1 Moctezuma is doing. So you know what I've actually been thinking, Aris, when it comes to or communication about this, is that all right, that's very nice. I have some barracks. Let's also build some armor here, just in case. Yeah. So one of the things that I've been considering is that when you tweet, for example, I'm now looking at you. When you do that, when you tweet about this thing, you say like, we are going to defeat the Aztecs and blah, blah, blah. It's so easy to get sort of carried along in this talking
Yes.
about what are actual real world peoples, cultures, nations, whatever sort of the mix of the things that they can be in civilization. And just say like we're gonna defeat them. Oh, like or you can get very carried away. It's like, oh, look at that evil Moctezuma trying to like.
Yeah.
But it's kind of awkward, isn't it? If you sort of
If
stop
you
and think about it,
if you stop and think about it, of course, so
it's
good.
like, yeah, exactly. Oh, that bastard Moctezuma. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of very awkward. Anyway, that's
Yeah.
that. There's no deeper point to it than it just being awkward. But
That is a deep point.
all right, that was good though. So
Yeah.
one of the things that this bastard Moctezuma did is did you see what he was doing? He was frigging raising my agriculture over there, my irrigation over there.
Yeah.
That is such a cheap trick in civilization. Because this can actually this by itself could starve. You see, it's not growing anymore now.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's interesting that it's there as such a core mechanic, because it is like a very a known.
What do you mean interesting? Interesting.
It is
No, it
interesting.
is very interesting. Oh, look at that.
It has been used in war, this tactic, for a long time. There you go.
I'm having fun with it. I'm having very much.
Oh, it looks like Twitch is working now. Great.
Oh, yay! Twitch is working.
If I reload, maybe it will give me better options. I don't even know what's going on with.
Look, Aris. We have
What the
we have discovered.
That is a great image for electricity. A great image for electricity. Let me tell you, I love this.
Very good. All right. The phenomenon of electricity has been witnessed by humans since the dawn of time. I like that. In the form of lightning, static electricity, and magnetism. But wait, not since the dawn of time, magnetism, because we discovered that just a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
But only in
so
the
I don't
last
know.
200 years has the energy of charged particles been harnessed. Electric current is a flow of electrons from an electron. Here we go again with the physics. Thank God Pesco is here.
Yeah.
From an electromotive
Finally.
force, such as a battery or generator that possesses a negative charge. The current flows through a conductor of electricity, a copper wire, for example, to a positive terminal that attracts a charge.
Mhm.
Along the way, the electric current can be made to provide power and do work. So, completely gone is, except for the very first sentence, is any sort of culture history of electricity, right? Because all the other things are culture history of, as you were just pointing out, philosophy, chivalry, etc., focused towards cultural economic history, but still.
Yeah.
Here it's just this thing has been witnessed, and this is how it works from a physics point of view. Very interesting. I can't really wait. So in a way, I had my fill of early civilization games already a little bit now, but in another way, I can't wait to play Civilization 2 and just see what they've done there, right, with the civil.
Yeah, how this changed and if it changed.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Metallurgy, well, wonderful. The effect of Colossus. So we're only shooting ourselves in the foot by
By finding this, yeah.
By the way, this does mean that we are the first to discover electricity.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Which in turn means that we might actually win via science.
Via science, yes.
Yeah.
So actually, I think electronics is a very powerful thing to have.
Actually, hydro plant improvement.
Yes, because the Hoover Dam is really good for us.
Really good. Yeah.
So we're gonna go for this one and build the Hoover Dam as quickly as we can. So are you ready to try again for
beautiful streets?
Yes, we're fully in the modern times. Gone. So what I do appreciate quite a bit here is that houses that were built there earlier are, so basically population that we gained in previous periods are actually still those houses.
Yeah.
And then houses that were built more recently, so more population that we gotten in the modern times, are just modern houses, right?
Yeah.
Like very very much our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the middle of our street. Oh, such a nice song, isn't it?
That's a wholesome song.
Yeah, wholesome. That's a good word for it. I was like, oh, that's such a nice. So no, wholesome. That's the word. All right. Universities.
Universities, yeah.
Full science ahead.
Full science ahead.
All right. Wanna try it? I'm just gonna save the game real quick because you never know what may break with diplomacy.
Yeah.
All right. Wanna start the revolution? Wait, can we start the revolution? Let me double check. So, no, because
So
this actually needs to go
this
to.
is someone else, yeah.
Shall we do it right now?
Portugal?
No,
Where does
to.
it go?
I think this one has to go to Lyon because Lyon can easily carry it, as you can see.
Yeah, then just send it to Lyon and then.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just one city, right? It's gonna be in uproar in theory.
Famous last words.
Yes. Yes.
Is what you're saying right now.
Yeah, but it will be likely it will need some mitigation anyway because okay, so interestingly, doesn't seem that the Aztec have actually gone far into South America. But you know,
It's not like they own the place.
what? It's not like yeah, it's true. They don't own the place. All right. Mm. Oh, so
They got there.
They got there, but at the same
Yeah,
time,
but we got there faster, so that's
yeah, true that. Okay. Shanghai
how
builds
it's gonna be
factory.
competition.
The race is on. Somehow it is still on.
Yeah.
So Shanghai probably should build some armor. Yes, a few armor. That's nice. Some armor to.
Yeah, let's make sure that there is some armor right there.
Let's make sure that there's actual like units to defend or most important cities.
Look at all this science, though.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the university speaking for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Pollutioneer Canton, call in the settlers. So this is.
It's funny how the settlers are dealing with everything. Like, okay, settlers, irrigate. Settlers, clean that shit. Like,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to do here?
Yeah, right. Isn't it fun that in fact that in early civilization the one workhorse is called a
Yeah.
settler, and it actually just takes care of everything.
Yeah.
I wonder. So this is where we would need Dr. Herr Professor John Aycock.
Yes.
If this has something to do more with limitations, or if they simply didn't think they would need a worker unit that they have now, right? Because that's the thing that like settlers are just for settling cities, at least in the newer civs and the newer 4Xs. And then you've got development units that are, the workers.
Or a builder, just a builder.
Yeah. Yeah, or maybe call the settler a builder. Yeah, that would have helped already. All right. So one of the things that you want to get these railroad systems in place for is that you're going to be developing a ton of pollution in this phase of the game, and you want to get there quickly. So unfortunately, we haven't really have like railroads in place everywhere, but I mean it can get there relatively quickly. I hope. So maybe we should just start focusing on just connecting all of our different cities real quick, without that care of actually the thingy is really good. All right. I think they're not. I don't think they're here. I don't think they're here at all. So actually, you can see that right now is that you can see the pollution level is actually also visible in the UI right now, and it will get even higher. That's why we need to build the Hoover Dam as quickly as possible, because then I think if I remember correctly, all the pollution is just cancelled. All right, library. Oof, we actually need to bump up our tax rate. That's painful because we've been building so much stuff. Okay, non-king is actually with a cathedral. It's very happy again. So, now non-king is sort of bumping into the limits of its
territory.
Yes, because it was a really nice growing city, but not so much anymore. Well, that's the way it is. You can still grow, so. Library. You don't even have a library just yet. Not that you have a ton of stuff, but okay. Oh, Tsingtao. I love this. I love this city, man. This is just in the middle of nowhere. Just
just chilling, just doing its
chilling.
thing.
Just exactly going strong. In that case, if you're going strong, build a bank and make me rich. Okay, let's bump up the tax rate a little bit. In fact, how your work is going, your work. It's also taking our current time as the date in the past 200 years. Yeah, that's true. Actually, that. I didn't even see that, but it is actually taking our current time. Well, not necessarily the 1991 time.
Yeah, not the time of the game, of course.
All right, the tax rate, I guess, will be at 60%. Oof, painful. You go in there, and you become that's becoming your home city. And I think, Ares, we're ready for trying democracy again. You ready for it?
Save it.
Nah, not that there were saves coming actually, because we're not going to go back. All right, revolution. Ready for it again?
I
won.
ready.
I don't think it's gonna work.
I think it's gonna work. Let's do this.
All right.
Demand it. They demand it.
Let's see. Right. So let's just get you back home, my friend, because that's gonna help a little bit already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are just gonna. Oh wait, no, you were not gonna go there. You were gonna go there. Takes a while, but. Do you need more? No, you still got one scare for irrigation. For funds are running low. Are they running low? Because we don't want them to run too low right now.
No.
Okay, that's Nineveh. That I think we knew already that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And they could probably do with a cathedral then instead of a library. Kind of sad, but it just needs to happen. Civil disorder in Ashur. We already also kind of knew that was gonna happen. All right. No, you can't complete that, of course, and our treasury is too low anyway.
Yeah.
Poof. Well, you know what? This city is just going nowhere. It's just might as well stay. Ooh, Tsingtao. Wait, Tsingtao, you were just doing your happy little thing. We were just talking about you. All right, you get.
You used to be happy, Tsingtao.
Yeah, but it's fair enough though. They're like, we won't take this bullshit anymore. If this all you change.
They're trying a new government, so.
So I think what we're gonna do. Are we gonna do it? I think we're gonna get the armor into Babylon and then get rid of the pesky Russian units. Let's change the. All right, let's do it.
Okay. Bam.
Okay. Well, we're now not another BAM because that would be kind of dangerous. But
next round.
Next round we will do another BAM.
Order restored. All right.
You ready for it?
Yeah. So far, so good.
So once again, we have our classical.
Yeah.
I think looking at it again.
Mm-hmm.
So this must also be probably is a very specific historical individual that is the domestic advisor. But I can't really, except for saying that they look like Colonel Sanders, I can't really place them.
No.
Also, one thing that I just noticed, by the way,
mm-hmm.
is they actually have stars in the back of their.
Oh, they do.
They just broke them up.
Yeah, they do. They have stars. Wow. Is this an American reference?
Well, what do you think?
I think it is.
I think it is.
Who would have thought?
Because we all know that democracy and stars go together like, I don't know, hamburgers and more bacon, or I don't know, something else meaty.
Yeah. Hamburger and cheese.
But yeah, so clearly I don't know very little about American dress, but isn't the white suit and the little like thingy, is that just not the dress of a plantation owner.
Is it? I
So
don't know.
any American in here that sees this picture of the domestic advisor, that's what I'm referring to. I can point them out because my mouse
It
doesn't
could
work.
be
My
actually, now
cursor
that
doesn't
you're
work.
saying it.
Right, because that's also what Colonel Sanders is wearing, right? He's wearing this sort of plantation, like, well, or whatever, like plantation culture elite
Yeah.
attire.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. Would be interesting
I would know.
to if you have an answer for me, we'll be wiki crutched on this. Otherwise, no. So let's have a little look at so far. Ooh, Paris is not happy.
This is
Paris is
incomplete.
like, nope, not having this. We need singers. Give us singers for this. So Lyon is also not happy. Why is Lyon not happy? I think, interestingly, people are just de facto not happy when they're.
So,
Let's bump up the luxury rate a little bit. Will this help for Lyon? So this actually helps a ton for Lyon. Will this also help for Paris? That also helps quite a bit for Paris. So let's see if we can. All right, so we need to have a luxury of that. And let's see if we actually make some money this way. And if we do, then then we can actually keep. So let's see. Okay. So we're doing this interesting balancing game in which we try to get. Oh, look at Babylon just being like, yeah, man, we happy. Ashur is like, yeah, we're not happy. We don't care about your
we're not happy.
Everything seems with 10% luxury, everything seems to be balanced.
Yeah.
This may even be better than, yeah, this could even be somewhat more. All right. Nanking is balanced. Canton is actually doing pretty okay. So I think we may have found a sweet spot here.
Mm-hmm. Looking good.
So Peking is actually a little bit not so happy, but that can be fixed with some. Ooh. Well, Peking needs.
Peking needs some space, basically. That's what Peking needs.
Peking needs something, man. Peking needs to go to another location, more or less.
Yeah.
That's it.
Need to relocate our capital.
Well, we can if we just build our palace somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and then
Wouldn't
actually,
that make some sense? I guess if we did.
yeah, I think we would actually make sense to put it in Babylon.
Yeah.
Because wow, powerful move.
Yeah.
Because so let's just, Peking, you will have.
Because also we need to sell our palace and then build it somewhere else, right? We can't just move it.
I think we can just move it. I think we can just build a palace somewhere else, and then the moment before we actually, the turn before we get it, we just sell it off.
Yeah. Okay.
So we are in happiness unhappiness limbo here.
Yeah.
Seems to be the case. So quietly, by the way, we're always talking about Shanghai, but Canton, my friend, is actually a pretty powerful city, which needs some love from a settler. No, you actually need that one thing extra. All right, I feel pretty confident about this.
Yeah, all of a sudden things are going better.
So except for Paris, Paris is just like, well, I mean, oh wait, Paris is actually.
It's okay.
Can we give you? Yeah, this works. Okay. Paris needs some love from a settler as well.
Yeah, we need to build back.
Sounds kind of wrong. Sounds like some sort of weird Fallout 4 trait. Settler love. All right, you clean. Now I have to make sure because I think that it's clean up pollution. Okay, so the small p is actually cleaning up pollution, and the big P is pillage it, which is something we definitely don't want to do.
Nope.
Okay. Let's get you over real. There's just so much. We need another settler. We
We
just.
need another settler, yeah. We need to
Um,
be building faster.
so you're actually from non-kit. Wow, made it all the way over there. So they're not unhappy because of. Wait, let me actually double check. They're not unhappy because of settlers being outside of the cities. That's good. So they don't count as military units, as I'm trying to
No,
say.
even though some settlers had
Then,
have
whenever we build
fought.
somewhere else, Ares, remind me that we need to build another settler somewhere in this region.
Yeah, okay.
All right, cool. All right, we'll go very slow, but all right, time to. So I can't really afford to get to move this armor out of Ashur because then the whole place will just blow up.
Yeah,
They're like, oh, we don't have that though. But it would be kind of fun to just take this armor down into African Russia and see what would happen. Oh, look at that catapult. Oof. We are in for some serious shit with the Aztec.
yeah.
They've got bombers, they've got carriers.
Mm,
So Rouen is not happy. Okay, Rouen is not happy. We can fix that. That should not be an issue. There you go, Rouen.
right. I'll
Look,
be right
look,
back.
look at our money just moving up.
Yeah,
That's good. That means that we're gonna go
we
less
can lower the
tax.
taxes a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Bordeaux, that is so nice. Now,
Give me a 2 minutes
yeah,
little
man,
break.
you go for your 2 minutes little break. I will hold the fort. Now Aris is gone. Let's finally talk about stuff that really interests me, which is not empires or Assyrians. I would really like if we would play some other games that are just not about frigging 4X the whole time, which is always about somehow about empires and always somehow about the Greeks, or as we call it in the Leiden faculties archaeology. I'm saying we, but I'm not a part of that. The ancient Near East. I want to play some games that are about other stuff, Let's so if you have some ideas about what that other stuff could be, anything, just not empires, just not anything ancient Near East, not something with the Greeks. Just let me know. Let me know. I need to know this. So it's our little secret actually that I asked this because I don't want to make Aris feel uncomfortable about this. So just saying. So don't tell him that I actually want to play other games that have nothing to do with his specialisms. All right, silliness. One of the things that I notice now, by the way, that Aris is gone, is that it is so hard to just stream by yourself. I've already said this so many times already, but hey, Aris,
Okay.
I was just talking about how hard it is to stream by yourself.
Yes, I would expect that this is what you would talk about.
And nothing else, I assure you. I assure you.
Yeah.
But no, but because it's keeping yourself talking to yourself is something that don't have any particular skill at. But
Yeah.
and of course, I mean, there's stream interaction, and you can do a lot with that. Gone Home, easily done in a session or two. Garrett makes a really great contribution. Somehow, out of the random, they're talking about things that we should play that are not having anything to do with empires or
Yeah.
ancient Greece or the ancient Near East. So I don't know
Yeah.
why people start talking about that sort of stuff, Aris. I honestly don't know.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Would have thought, but
Playing a single player game and being entertainment. Yeah, I think
yeah.
I spend a lot of time anyway talking to myself in the house. Like that's what I like. It's part of my personal entertainment.
It is so. It is when Kesia's not here. You mean, or just
No,
in
even
general?
when Cassie is here, I just talk to myself.
Okay. Sometimes.
So I don't think I would
So
struggle
and
too much with
when that
problem
happens, does
solving.
Kasia call anybody?
She does get very confused sometimes. I think she has She's gotten used to it a little bit.
Talking to yourself and
Technically,
being fun to watch is not the same thing. Yes, exactly.
no, but feeling comfortable talking to yourself is a good first step.
That's the first step. That is true. That is true. That is true.
I'm not saying I'm funny when I'm talking to myself. Whoa,
Now,
Chinese scientists got a real upgrade their lab.
yeah,
This
for
is
sure.
like this is the picture that they took for reference. He was definitely wearing this. Like I'm expecting to read Sid Meier's memoir and to actually say, "Oh, we found the lab coat and we took a picture of Sid."
Yeah. This was shot in their offices. So
Yeah,
I mean,
because it looks like it a little bit,
let's
right?
let's let's just unpack this a little bit. So we go from basically the image of classical
Yeah,
wise men
yeah,
to scientists in a lab with
hmm
so it's just so it's a whiteboard, for example, which
yeah,
is actually should be a blackboard, I'm gonna guess, but doesn't really matter. So and then there's a computer on the table with
yeah. With
children
floppy,
children at home that have never seen this thing. These are
it's yeah,
these are floppy disks. Interestingly, I'm gonna see from how they're scaled. They're actually a 3.5-inch floppy
yeah.
disk. So
I
not
think
the old school ones. So clearly, this lab has seen an upgrade in the
yeah,
before the early 90s.
yeah.
There's actually still books on the table. Like, I mean,
Wow.
what lab still has books on the table? I'm just kidding. Some still do, but
I also like the green dot on the top left of the PC showing that it's like you're ready
oh
to
yeah, yeah,
code.
yeah, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that's like it's just waiting for your input. Oh, that's a nice
That's a nice
man.
little touch.
That's a nice little touch that I haven't ever seen before. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a command line. So this PC is not running Windows, people.
No, no.
Is that the same button printed out? You frigging what is your generation called again, Omar? I guess Omar is
I
also
think
still a
Omar still
millennial.
counts as a millennial. Yeah.
Yeah, probably
End
you
of the
are.
millennials, but still millennial
Yeah,
probably.
I guess so. I guess we are still in the
Yeah.
same generation. I'm still in the same generation as Omar. That makes me feel young.
Nice. That's good. That's a good feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Even if I'm freaking old
A
now.
picture of Einstein on the wall.
Picture of Einstein from
Oh,
well
you're
from
96. Then you're probably not.
Generation Z. Oh, you're Generation Z by
Yeah.
by a long shot, my friend.
I think
Yes.
95 is the cutoff, or like 93 or
No, it
something
is
like
if
this.
you're in your teenage years around the turn of the millennium. That is sort of really.
Ah, okay.
That is the. I mean, all loose and
Yeah.
fast, all these generational definitions, but
Yeah,
whatever.
because of course it doesn't matter because it's all arbitrary anyway.
It is all very much art, but it is a nice way of creating some strife between different ages of people, because that's what
Yeah.
you do as somebody who invents branding names.
Yeah.
Did you know that the new generation, one of the solutions is one of the suggestions is they're going to be Generation Alpha.
Oh, because we have gone full circle.
We have gone full circle, so now we're gonna go Greek, my friend.
Yeah.
So and of course there's a clock. There's a clock in this lab because now all of a sudden time matters.
Yeah. I want to say this is by no means the correct interpretation that I'm going to give, but I want to say that this clock is it if it was the other way around, so it could be a
A
doomsday
doomsday
clock.
clock. Yes, I was just thinking the same thing.
That's the first thing that came to mind, but it's clearly not because
No,
it's
it's clearly
it's
it
like
says
11, it's not
11.
12.
It could still be a doomsday clock, but just a very optimistic one.
No. There is since the moment we had nukes, there can be no optimism.
Oh, that's not true, my friend. The doomsday clock actually moved back since we had nukes.
I know that it moved back, but like it cannot move too far back. It can never be 11.
It can never become 11 again. Oh man, that's such a sad thought.
Yeah,
You're probably right, though.
yeah. Unless we get rid of the nukes, and then we don't need a doomsday clock because we get rid of the nukes.
But we're never gonna get rid of the nukes,
In that
as we will
case,
also show in this game of civilization, I think.
yes.
So, just want to point out the absolute boss that is this micro transistor,
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
this chip. Look at it, electronics. Boom.
yeah.
A full a full circuit board. All right. Electronics is the science of understanding and engineering the controlled flow of electrons in electronic currents. Historical breakthroughs that have occurred in electronics include the electronic tube, so that's the vacuum tube actually, the semiconductor, the transistor, and integrated circuits. So that's the thing we're looking at right there. These made possible computers, advanced weapons, yay, improved radars, and communication receivers, as well as more efficient techniques in power generation and transmission. Interesting. So we are gonna build a Hoover Dam somewhere. You ready for it?
Yes.
Not Shakespeare Theater anymore. I honestly forgot. Ooh, interesting. Shall we go for... I want to go for computers.
Do it.
Oh, look.
Computer.
Oh, look. Wait, there's already...
look, it plays a game of Civilization.
Civilization. We definitely need to go for computers. All right. So Shanghai has some... Let's relieve Shanghai of one of its other units, because we don't really need two phalanx here. And you get to hang out here. Sorry, my friend, you're gonna be a disbanded. Boom. Old school. They're not asking you, "Are you sure?" No, they're like, "Okay, you want to disband this dude? Yeah, okay, let's do it."
Did you misclick? We don't care.
We don't care. There's no undo button here.
Yeah.
Boom. Come on over. Come on over. The armor is hot. All right. So the Ironclad, which is, by the way, it's a boss name for a ship, though.
It is. It's
Ironclad.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. It finds its way back home. Oh, Shanghai is gonna be...
It's under attack.
Is under attack. Babylon is having civil disorder. Has this ever happened? Oh, yes, of course. That's because of the frigging Shakespeare's theater, I think.
Yeah, right?
Woof.
That's going to be a tough one now. Tough cookie to crack.
Let's see. Well, no, definitely needs these.
This one works, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't really work because... So...
This one doesn't work.
So the thing is... So it doesn't work because now there's no growth anymore in Babylon.
No.
All right, we're gonna have a little look at how much money we're actually raking in. I think we're still going okay money wise.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna bump up the luxury rate even a bit more, because otherwise our cities won't grow anymore.
Yeah.
All right, and we need them to grow. All right. You go for a university real quick. Or Nanking, you can build a Hoover Dam in 34 turns. All right, let's have a little look, because this is actually of the utmost importance. Which of our cities would be able to build the Hoover Dam in the quickest fashion? 30 turns. That's probably going to be a good bet.
Yeah, that's a good bet.
87. That is not a good bet. 29
Ooh,
turns. Shanghai takes the cake. We just definitely want to make sure that they stay happy, though. So there goes that whole tax rate thing. Let's actually bump the luxury rate a bit higher. And then actually, whoops, the tax rate a bit lower even. And the problem here is that we actually have to have a little look at all our cities again to see if we don't have excess entertainers. Which we do, for example, over here. Wait, was it an excess entertainer?
Yeah, it was.
It was an excess entertainer. All right.
Here we also don't need the entertainer, right? It's
fine. No, because of the luxury rates being bumped up a little bit. Interesting, is it that you... All right, good night. Good night, sir. See you later. Usher could actually get another... Yay! So, Sumer is doing fine. Okay. Lyon is also doing fine. Nineveh is doing fine. All of them seem to be okay. There you go. Even Paris is...
Transition to democracy is going smoothly.
It's going... Yes, because we keeping all our units very close to home. So Babylon has actually been producing... Well, an armor. Actually, it's not too bad. We can actually keep that armor. So let's actually build a Colosseum here still.
Yeah, I think it's gonna need it probably.
At some point. Yeah. A caravan. What?
We haven't done caravans at all, but I
No,
think
but
it's
we can
a
actually
little
build some caravans, and they will yield us some money later as well. All
okay.
right. Okay. Cool. So you're actually gonna just hang out here in Babylon, in your hometown. Okay. And at some point, oh wait, you know what? We actually said
No.
that we were gonna build a settler somewhere, but Babylon is
Ah,
not.
yeah.
I don't want to build it here. I want to build. We're gonna build it in Sumer actually at some point.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's
Do it.
do it. Boom. Okay, so you get to fortify there. Mhm. Wait, the sparrows actually. Oh, you've built an armor. That's
Yeah.
neat. Now you can build
So what
some
now?
library. Finally
Yeah.
again. And you know what we don't need anymore right now? We don't really need the catapult
Nope.
anymore.
Just sell it.
Sell it. That would be neat, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, we had actually a little issue going on over here. So I don't think actually our armor in Shanghai can fight that cruiser.
But if it can't, the cruiser then also cannot fight, right?
Yeah, no, the cruiser can just bombard our city.
Okay.
So that's not that just. Yeah, I mean, bombarding is actually what you do in later ships, but they don't care about that here.
Yeah.
But maybe actually the armor can. I honestly forgot if the land-based
Which
units can access.
we shall
All right.
observe.
Yes, we shall. You get to disband, my friend. First want to know if you wait. Can you actually wait? Wait, yes. Okay, that's another option here. Is to how the hell, by the way, is Canton completely defenseless? How did this happen?
I don't know, man.
Let's really quickly build an armor here because that would be painful if this city falls.
Yeah. We don't want that city to fall.
No, exactly. So let's you wait as well. Okay, let's see. No, not allowed. Not allowed. We have to bring in some other ships, which means probably they will go into a rebellion. But that's
Yeah,
just
they're not gonna like it.
they're not gonna like it. But that's just the way things are. So let's have a little look. Oh, they're still they're.
That's okay. That's okay.
All right. Yeah, it's what it is.
Yeah.
You can let's see real quick.
Also can, I think.
1, 2, 3,
Tight.
4, 5. Yes, tight, but they can.
Yeah.
Right, let's quickly. I almost wanna buy the armor, but I just know for sure that there's not any enemy units here. But it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh,
Ouch.
ouch. Isaac Newton's college just gone. By the way, nuclear fission doesn't.
We got it.
Nice.
It got right? Or
It got. Yes, it definitely got.
Where is the letters in our city?
Yeah, just gone from the UI. All right.
Good.
Right.
Good that it got
Good. So Sumer built the library. Now it's going to build the settlers. That was already all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That means you get to go home, and you actually get to go home as well. Oh well, or not.
Whoa!
One too many. The pollution is gone.
That's great.
That is great. Now the only thing that we do need is
We wish we could say it for modern day as well. It's just like send the settler, clean up the
send in
pollution.
the settler. Yes, just do it.
Send in the settlers.
Ooh, pollution near Babylon. Oh, it's gonna go quickly. There we go. Ouch.
This is a great image because now we literally have like Sid Meier presenting Sid Meier. We have Sid Meier presenting his game.
Yes.
to
This
the
is
crowd.
this is actually the moment that Sid Meier pitched Civilization to Bruce Shelley.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually Wild Bill Staley, which was the owner of Micropose.
Yeah.
Staley, I think it was. Yeah, I think so. It's like, look, I have a computer on my desk and this whiteboard. I have this lab coat on. I know stuff. We're gonna make this game. We're just
And
doing
I
it.
can make nice drawings on the whiteboard.
Yes, nice. It is a boss picture though. Very good.
It is a boss picture.
Or Ares, maybe they're just running a GIS.
Maybe. I don't think GIS was
Maybe.
developed
Oh yeah. Oh,
was it
my friend.
for
Okay.
those.
Yes, 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 yes. So, I'm not a GIS expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I do know a little bit about it. So, GIS was actually developed in Canada.
Okay. And
Because,
explain what GIS is for the people who
okay,
don't know.
Geographic Information Systems or Geographic Information Software, or sometimes called Geographic Information Science, it basically means doing maps and spatial analyses with computers.
Yeah.
Which is also why then this could be a GIS image, right? Because there's a map on there and your computer is doing something. So, by the way, this if you're doing GIS, put this thing on front of your thesis or whatever. This is an excellent
Yeah.
image. So, this is a bit rusty because I have to I have to teach about this every first part of the year. So, there was this Canadian land survey, which was actually done in this effort to understand how Canada as a territory, as like literally the land of Canada, could be most productive. And basically, they were gathering so much data about their land. So, what would be growing on it, who would own what was under the land. So they were getting so much data that we're actually just in this land surveying bureau, but like basically the National Register for land use. They were getting so much data that they couldn't manage all of it anymore. It's particularly something that we don't really realize anymore, but drawing maps, especially drawing maps with other information on it, so multi-layered maps, is super time consuming because you have to put down a topographic map. On top of that, you have to put another map. And if you want just like other symbols on it, another, and you have to always retrace it, let alone if you want to scale those maps or whatever. So super time intensive.
Yes.
And of course, that's really what GIS excels at, is actually providing different layers of information about the space around us, geographic space around us. So that's actually when the Canada's Land Survey or Canada Land Inventory invented GIS. And the very first developers of GIS, ArcGIS, or the commercial developers of that, are actually also from Canada, if I recall correctly. So that whole system is very much Canadian. And interestingly as well, is the deep colonial roots of particularly that land inventory project. Because what it actually says in this sort of YouTube video, well, it wasn't a YouTube video back then, but it's in this video describing the use of computers, is that they were basically people that were coming into all these new lands without understanding the land and what it could be capable of. And rather than, for example, making use of indigenous knowledge that was, of course, very much there and, could tell them all sort of what was capable, they decided to just do all this inventory of, and also very much because they just simply supplanted the indigenous people there.
Yeah.
They needed to collect all this data again, and they actually needed to build a computer system that could harness the territorial gains of colonialism in Canada. So that all of a sudden that this huge territory with all of this potential, but which has quote unquote gone to waste. And that's why they came up with GIS.
Yeah.
So that's a
nice story.
Yeah. So now go to computers. Which, by the way, I mean, computers have their own, not necessarily colonial, but definitely imperial history. Yeah. So a computer is a device capable of performing a series of arithmetic or logical operations. It is distinguished from a calculator by being programmable and capable of storing and retrieving data. Computers are made possible by previous advances in mathematics and continuing developments in electronics. Significant advances in computer technology take place at an amazing pace. That's true. Then, as it still is. Computers have proven useful and necessary in many applications, including huge computations, entertainment, not to put to information storage, cryptography.
Not to say entertainment, but
wait. There's a freaking typo in this. And control of robots.
And control of robots.
Wow. Yeah.
And spell checkers.
And spell checkers. Even back then, spell checkers too. Yeah, man. But
Nice.
interestingly, a computer is a device, it actually says. But that's not true at all, because one of the other things I always teach about in my digital history courses, or just in my digital humanities courses, that computers originally were simply people. So
Yeah.
computer simply means something that calculates something, right?
Yeah.
And originally, the earliest computers were people. They were actually just that. A computer was a word that would be referred to a person who was computing,
Yeah.
calculating through something. So a computer is not necessarily a device. It is something that is capable of performing a series of arithmetic or logical operations.
Yeah.
I'm also not really agreeing with the fact that it's distinguished from a calculator by being programmable. This is a weird one, right?
This is a weird one.
Yeah, yeah. Not. I mean, of course, you can say there's like calculators that are programmable, but if you want to like go all the way down, then it isn't.
I think like the key difference maybe, although not necessarily, is the retrieving of data.
No, it isn't, because so what happens when you push in anything into a calculator?
Yeah.
It has stored the
Exactly.
previous input. It has to store
Yeah.
it somewhere, right? Just like an abacus is also a
Yeah.
computer in a way, right?
Yeah.
Because you actually have the data right in front of you. So
Yeah. True.
it's a bit of a wonky coming from
It is.
somebody who is way better at anything to do with computers than we would be. It's kind
Yeah.
of a wonky. It's kind of whoever wrote
Yeah.
this text, because you had to be kind of an a brilliant person kind of to do stuff with computers in 1991. I think like
Yeah.
real hardcore stuff, like for example making these games. Because now programming has just become so much easier. Not necessarily easy, but so much easier than back in those days. So anyway, it doesn't mean that you know how to work with it. Doesn't mean that you know how to define it. That I think is still true.
Yeah.
So interesting here that there's once again no reference at all to the cultural history of the computer.
No.
So first of all, the fact that computers were already around very early on, there's no reference here, or the fact that computers are very much if there's something that you can draw into military and industry and economy, then it definitely is the computer, right? Because the electronic computers quite literally arose from
Yeah.
from World War II. And in fact, the encryption that it does mention, the cryptography that it does mention later on in the text. But there's no reflection on that, which I think is interesting, because it was also one of those moments that maybe the history of computing wasn't super important, or wasn't seen as super important yet. But clearly, the history of computing is, I think, one of the most interesting and relevant bits of history that you can practice right now in the current moment. I know if you're still hanging around, Omar, it's medieval history, all very cool as well. But I think that there's a lot more history of technology in general is something that we need a lot more of in this moment right now. People with good contextual understanding of that process. Anyway, that's my little diatribe about that. It does allow the SETI program wonder, which is something we also have to get. And the corporation we have to get. All right, so we've got an armor over here, got an armor over there. So you just get to hang out here, I guess, for now. If you leave, you're gonna be making everybody very unhappy, right? Yeah, you're gonna make everybody very unhappy. I still kind of. Shall I simply try it? Shall I try and put this armor into the field? What
Um,
What do you think, Aris? What do you think?
I think not. Do we really need it?
So I
I
honestly
think it's
don't
good.
know.
Mm,
So it could be that there actually is a nice town, Moscow, over here in the
yeah.
south. Because this clearly is
Yeah.
not something that we definitely need to go for. Smolensk is not a good city to have. But if there's cities over here in the south, it could be useful. I kind of want to know as well. That's the other thing. I think maybe
Yeah.
actually. Wait. Let me think. If I remember correctly, then with the SETI Wonder, it's going to show me the entire map. I think. Or is it not? No, that increases knowledge production. We definitely want to get those. So there's the there's something else. That's the Apollo program. Okay, so we will find out where those cities are. So let's just wait. All right, let's just wait. Hang out. We also don't want to lose an armor accidentally in some sort of random statistic battle. All right.
There is some pollution. Is Sumer producing another settler or?
Yeah, Sumer's producing another settler, but we're definitely moving this one down here.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna do it like this because I don't want to. Oh
Not
wait,
pillage.
shit! I actually misclicked. I was like, yeah, there's the P.
There's a P.
Don't pillage. Oh
Can you
Lord,
change
he's
it?
already pillaged. I think he's already pillaged it. Oh bastard.
Oh shit.
Oh well, that's a couple of turns gone.
Yeah.
Oh well. Oh wow, there's a woof. We are gonna be on Hooten Tooten Pollutin business here. Well, Tsingtao is still all right. Let's just keep being all right here in Tsingtao. Thanks for removing the agriculture there, irrigation there. Okay, wait, where is it now? Clean up pollution. Boom, there we are.
Okay. Ooh, they got the hydro plant.
They got the hydro plant right now, but we are some turns ahead of them, so hopefully.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow!
So much pollution in the canton.
Yeah, it's a big city, so that's what's of course going to happen. So to quell that a little bit, let's actually build another settlers because otherwise we're never going to get rid of the pollution. Okay, that's good. You just hang out there, canton. All right. Yep. Move over. 1850, my friend.
I think that's a good time to wrap up 1850,
yes,
isn't it?
I feel so as well. Oh.
Boom,
wow.
get got.
Oh, we are in trouble. We are in trouble, my friend.
Yeah.
We are in some amount of trouble.
A cliffhanger.
A cliffhanger. Oh my lord. All right. I have to go through this.
Yes.
Wow. We will have to station some sort of unit there, some sort of advanced unit to make sure we don't get this happening to us again. Oh my lord.
Yeah, we have to.
All right. University. I have to finish the build orders here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is. Oh, this will be very, very. Let me just make sure that we actually could still survive this. Oof. I'll have to do this, I'm afraid. Boom. All right. Now let's go and save the game. Wow, that was cliffhanger.
Intense. It's gonna be pretty
intense.
intense.
Okay. It's good to see actually that Omar likes the history of computers. It's a good thing because you're kind of mixing history and computers right now in your current occupation as nearly nearly finished master student and also web editor of value. So that's great that he likes computers. Maybe we should ask Omar to talk a little bit more about computers next Thursday when we will once again be playing a game. What game are we playing on Thursday?
Old World.
Old World again. Definitely. It's like
good to stop.
It almost feels like a guilty pleasure after playing Civilization 1 to play Old World. Like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. We don't really deserve it, but we are getting.
We don't have to bust everything. We're like, we can actually nerd out without feeling like me.
I mean, so we are always, but let's put it at the very end of the stream because everybody always watches the very end of our streams. We know that. We bash Civilization, but without Civilization, there would have not been so many other games that we love and like. And actually, we do love and like Civilization as well. But and there's a deep appreciation on our side for the ingenuity of the game, but
Yeah.
not necessarily of the entire bit of cultural messaging and history that it takes on board.
Yeah.
So that's that. Important to know. Important disclaimer. We do love the game of Civilization. We just don't love it for all the reasons.
Yes. That we've been discussing for a ton of hours right
For
now.
a ton
So.
of hours, so for sure. And we don't need to needlessly add more hours to that. So let's just quickly say goodbye. Stay
And see
happy,
you on Thursday.
stay healthy, and see you on Thursday. Bye.